This is your crypto news. It's Thursday, the 8th of May, and we're going to speed run this so it's nice and fast. Let's dive in. So, firstly, Huma Finance, I covered this a few times. Their vaults, they filled up again, which means you cannot jump into the platform and dive in. But there's so much hype and potential with this. They've raised over like $40 million. They're going to do an LFG V2 launch with Jupiter. And there's clearly demand. They have revenue. Like, you want to try and get some sort of token allocation, in my opinion. You can use my referral. The link will be below. You can't go and deposit directly. Like, we can't go because the pool is full. But you can still earn feathers by just going and buying PST actually at dupe. And that way you're holding their collateral and that will earn feathers like that. Alternatively, you're not going to earn a huge amount, but you can do the Camino style as well. So there is a Camino pool. PST is live on Camino, and this generates yield. It's currently earning 10.5. Well, it's gone down now, unfortunately. But basically, it's quite a low APY. I guess people are not going in and out of it. But this is earning feathers. And I think this would be worthwhile just for the feathers, to be perfectly honest. So you can jump in here with, we'll connect my wallet. I'll just show you quickly. It's very simple. Solflare, don't have a whole lot of moolah in here. There we are. And there's a lot more USDC in this pool for some reason. Unsure on that, to be honest. That's a little bit unusual, but fine. I'll jump into it. Basically, I mean, it's a backed coin. So I'm not going to earn a whole lot, but I will get some feathers from here, and I think you would be worthwhile as well. So dude, is big news is coming tomorrow. So not everyone's going to be able to get amongst it, but if you've been watching my channel for a little while, Solana Mobile Chapter 2 pre-orders, you would get one, which is good. Let me move myself over here. So check on those wallets. You can already check them now. Same with like Bonk if you're in the top, or BonkBot. This is probably unlikely going to be most people, but Solana Mobile, there's over 150,000 pre-orders. Dude is doing like a whole lot of attention here. Who knows what it's going to actually come out at? And like, we just have to be mindful. So we may go and DLM it live. We just have to see what it launches at. We have to keep in mind just a little bit of history. Pingu launched, I think, more than all of the GDP of all the countries in the entire world. It launched some crazy quintillion market cap. And then it came back down to a respectable level. And then it kept on kind of going down further and further. So, dude, hopefully it launches something like quite low, like 300, 400 million, and then it can kind of run up a little bit. But we'll play with it anyway. We'll see if it's an opportunity potentially tomorrow, depending on what time it goes out. And I think we should be fine here. We'll check. I'll let you know on Twitter. All right. Next bit of news. So regarding this as well, for the Seeker pre-orders, you're looking at around $35 that you just get for free. It's not the same as a massive airdrop, but it's worth it. I wouldn't recommend doing this, but letting you know this is what pre-market's doing. Whales Market, good platform. They never bought back their token, so I don't recommend the token, but the platform does work. I'm not even recommending using it right now. I'm just letting you know that this is what it's currently selling for pre-market. But we'll cover it all tomorrow. Buckle up, we're reaching escape velocity. There's a lot more effort going into Meteora, like they're pushing for content and stuff, and maybe Met's going to come soon. I do think the best time to do a token launch would be when we have this phase 2 of the blow of the banana zone, which we're entering soon, and just looks frothy. We all seem like geniuses, and people that's their first cycle think they're absolutely geniuses. People that have been here around seem to forget that they had mistakes previous cycle as well. I think that time's coming, to be perfectly honest. That all relates to this. Please watch this. I'm going to reference it quite often, and as much as I could TLDR this for you in a couple of minutes, I can't do justice, and it's better that I actually make a longer video explaining each concept, like a review of his video to break down for those people that are not super familiar. And I don't even know what everything he's talking about actually means. So I need to do deep dive, be able to explain like I'm 5, and then I need to come back and tell you. But this is fantastic. And TLDR, if you're missing it, the banana zone is coming soon. It all relates to M2 money supply. Somewhere along here, everyone's going to think that it's never happening again, but it always happens, and it happens in a few phases. We've done the phase 1 to start at Q1 last year, and we've got our correction, and then boom, boom. And now This doesn't mean that this lasts for another year and another year. Maybe we get almost 1 year out of the cycle. I think the cycle is going to be kind of drawn out a little bit longer. We'll have to wait and see, but watch it. It's worthwhile. And now having a quick look at CoinGecko, Bitcoin went over 100K. It's come on back down. This has lifted up ETH significantly. Solana is doing pretty good. Sui has been spoken about quite a lot by Rob Paul as it's going to outperform Solana. Do that with what you will. The vast majority of my time I'm going to be talking about Solana, of course, stake your soul with validator.com. However, Sui, like if there's gains to be made, if it's DeFi or whatever, I'm going to talk about it because that's alpha, right? So you might consider getting some of your Sui and some of your Sol and transferring it to Sui. I've got tutorials on that as well. And we're back to greedy. So it was very, very fearful. It was neutral and it was greedy. And this is crazy. It was like basically just timing the markets with Rob Paul's Sui presentation. One other thing I just want to just keep on putting on your radar is I don't play this very well, but like Infinex, I've spoken about it heaps. This is going to be potentially bigger than Binance. It's going to be massive. It's going to grow and grow. It's multi-cycle. All I'm saying right now is get an Infinex account, and I'm just going to teach you what to do with it. Please don't fade it. Talk about them, yap about them on Twitter. You'll probably end up getting some sort of token allocation. Tokens coming soon. I've talked about it too many times, and you know what? I haven't talked about it in a while. So if you don't like this, just skip this part because I think this is the proper alpha. The only issue is I was talking about it when no one else was, and now people are starting to yap about it. Infinex, sign up. What is it? Just as a quick TLDR, it's like a kind of a wallet solution, but you own the passkey to access everything, and you can enter into vaults. And there's more coming where you can enter into other blockchains, and you can earn yield on different things without the UI nightmare of going into MarginFi, Camino, Meteora pools, all these things, which is really, really difficult. You can also get airdrops. This is just a tutorial account, and you can earn, and you can play on the bull run, which is just a bit of a point system. We should be doing this daily, to be perfectly honest. You can see it's very, very popular. Next bit of news is the Popkins mint details. This is coming today at 6 p.m. I won't be able to watch it or listen to it, but this is happening on Sui, and like this is going to put a whole lot of attention on Sui as well. I feel like this is it's not the perfect analogy because it's not NFT season. It's not an NFT cycle, but this is going to be a bit of a Degen Ape Academy mint on Sui. I think like it's going to bring attention. So whatever you can do to get one of these, perfect. And I've got a couple like coupon-y things that I got from Dubai that in my live streams, I'm just going to give out one at the end of each live stream. So you can watch my live stream as well. Having a quick look at Kaito, sorry. I'm putting a lot more attention on, I'll just go full screen for a second. I'm putting a lot more attention on actually just learning the trenches, teaching people the trenches, and then DeFi. And this, if you don't like it, you can always skip those things. But I think it's worth watching. It was requested so often last year that I didn't do it. And then my views kind of decreased. And I want more views so that I'm educating more people, so that more people are like making smart decisions. And trenches, it's part of the narrative. And the trenches, it looks like it's dying, but I don't think it's actually dying. I'll show you why. So this is Kaito, and this shows us like the heat map, like what's being talked about. AI is coming down, which is thank goodness, because the AI meme coins is horrendous. Meme coins are coming down as well. DeFi is going up, right? And there's other things here that this is related to Ethereum, I think. And it just kind of, it'll jump up for a moment and then it'll be irrelevant because it's just an upgrade. So with memes, if we look here, let's see where memes. So memes are the top 3, this band here, or this band here. So this band, how do we get into it? You can see it is decreasing. It is decreasing, but it's pretty stable, like it's slightly decreasing. The number of launch pads that are coming along is massive. And it's dropping off, but I think the attention is going to come there significantly. And I'm just putting this out there because people are going to say memes are dead. They're dead right now because no one's making cool ones. No one's making anything like smart. But retail is going to come in, they're going to find interest in this, and they're going to go for it because it's their lottery ticket out of the world is like hard, you know. You don't break inflation, you know, and your younger generation will be allured to this, just like they were in the previous cycle, and just like they were in the previous cycle, not with memes, but with silly altcoins and XRP. So pay attention to this. But at the same time, like DeFi, it's growing. It's perfectly growing. The other thing I want to talk about is Sui quickly. I've done some tutorials and I'll be back onto some more tutorials, but I'm also, you know, focusing on trenches and Meteora like hard because I think Solana is just still winning so heavily there. But always have a look at DeFi Llama and see what's going on in terms of TVL changes. That's where you can see any opportunities. Like for example, Bluefin, their TVL is doing fine. And I think this is probably where I want to jump in to some liquidity pools. So like Walrus and USDC, I've spoken about it before, like it's earning decent, deep USDC. Like they're giving you rewards and you can make these delta neutral, and I can do a bit of a tutorial on it. Not making delta neutral because it requires quite a bit of maintenance, but just in terms of not being even too greedy, but trying to capture 300-400% APR, taking the fees, buying a bit of Bitcoin, buying a bit of Sol, buying a bit of Sui, whatever. Price goes up, price goes down. You just need to try and work out our levels. So this has a whole lot of promise. And I think right now there's more stuff coming in terms of gaining to Sui. And like Klaynos is going to bring some epic stuff. But in general, it's where you can get easier fees. Like you can get decent DeFi returns. Certus as well. I think this token's going to go. It's already bounced up like 17%, still down 54% from its all-time high. If you're interested in Certus, you can check out this, jump into like a pool like this, Certus and USDC, or if you want upside in both, Sui, a little bit in this, they get Certus rewards. So that's kind of good. Same with Pith, if you're keen. Another protocol there, Navi. The other thing I mentioned is a HAEDAL. I talked about it a little while ago. The tutorial. I don't know what the token's worth. I don't think it's very much. That's my tutorial. Go and claim your... okay, I don't have my password handy, but go and claim your airdrop. You come to HAEDAL.xyz, TGE, and go and claim that. So that's basically everything that's your news for today. I'll leave it there. I'll be back later on for a live stream tonight in the trenches, and then more news will start to flow. Either way, I think like the banana zone is coming. We've got two schools of thought. The first school of thought is like Benjamin, well, there's many schools of thought, but two dominant schools of thought. Benjamin Cohen thinks that, you know, Bitcoin dominance is going to keep on keeping on, and it's going to get more and more dominant, which means altcoins will not fly. And this all relates to the fact that the FOMC meeting didn't change anything. The rates stayed the same. Quantitative tightening is still the case. It's not quantitative easing. It's not money printing. Money printing is what's going to make alt season a reality. However, at the same time, the M2 money supply and everything that Raoul Paul's talked about is showing that things are going up, which Bitcoin is correlated to, and we've already seen a bit of a lift up there. So leverage, probably not a good time to leverage unless you know what you're doing. But you can definitely potentially take a bet here that things are going to lift on up. And if they break on back down, I think they'll lift on up even harder. None of that's financial advice. That's just my opinion. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video. Cheers.